Welcome to my kitchen, where everything is sweet. Try joining us for dinner. May we offer you a seat? Does anybody get that reference? So today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. And basically, at the beginning of the month, my friend ended up coming down, and while she was here, we were talking and both realized that we had wanted to start a sourdough starter and decided that we were going to start sourdough starter twins. Would have been really, really cute. And basically hold each other accountable for making sure it gets fed and all of that until it got established, and then we could just use it and make breads and stuff like that. I had made one. Its name was Danielle. The week was going great. I was having rises and it would fall down, and then I would add more of like the mix into it. The day before I ended up in the hospital, I ended up doing a thing that I think might have killed it. I think I dumped out a little bit too much of my starter and kept the same ratios of what I was mixing in. It didn't rise the next day, and then I ended up in the hospital. Well, I was only in the ER for that morning, but I was in pain and it was like really exhausting for me. My mom ended up coming down and everything. And so in all of the mix of things, I ended up purposefully deciding not to really touch it. I didn't want to stress myself out or really mess with it too much. But that being said, I have not touched it, and it has almost been a month, like 8 days short. So it's been like 3 weeks. It has developed, it's going to be hard to see, like this really gross liquid on top. It's gross. So this one is dead. That's okay. I'm going to go ahead and restart this. And I figured I would tell you a story about how this technically wasn't the first starter that I had. To make life easier, I've got a scale and I have a jar to put it in. I'm going to take the top off of the original jar, clean it out, and then use it. But the good thing about starter is that it's supposed to be very, very easy. And so all you really need is equal parts flour and equal parts water. I'm going to go ahead and turn this on. And you can't see this, but it is at 0 grams right now. And the jar is 249 grams, so 250. Very, very easy to remember. I'm going to tare it. I'm going to take equal parts flour and equal parts water, mix them together, and that will be that. So back in the spring of 2023, I knew a girl. She was super, super sweet. Her name was Yumi, and I happened to be like driving her somewhere, and I remember I ended up dropping her off at her apartment. She actually ended up making one of the decorations that's currently on my refrigerator. We were talking, and she happened to mention that she had made sourdough starter. I kind of vaguely knew what she was talking about, but I don't think I was genuinely like comprehending what she was asking me at the time. Turns out she had asked me if I wanted some. Yeah, I would love some. So the next day, or whenever I ended up seeing her again, she ended up bringing me an entire thing, like an entire bag that she had made of sourdough starter. And she was like, this is super, super easy. You can keep it in your fridge, and then you just have to add flour and water every once in a while to feed it. And then you can make breads and stuff, and you can pass it on to other people. And she wrote on the outside like care instructions and everything. And I was like, great. And I stuck it in my purse. And we're at 50. Okay. 1 second. Also, I have pre-filtered water. It's in my Brita, and it's room temperature, so shouldn't have any issues. Even though I will say, my friend Maddie, I was again on the phone with her the other day, and she was saying that she doesn't use room temperature water, and hers is working out just fine. So I might skip to that and just actually use this in the fridge. Anyways, have y'all seen the thing where it's like if you give it like a place to go down, it'll actually go down that spot? There we go. Yeah. 94, 95. Holy cow. Okay, we're at 100. Technically, we're at 102. I don't think it's going to matter that much, but basically, we're going to stir this together, and I'm going to continue telling my story. She ended up giving me the sourdough starter, and again, it was in a bag. I put it in my bag, and then something ended up happening. That bag ended up getting put in my closet, and I unfortunately found it at the end of the semester, and the bag had ballooned. And she did warn me about it. She was like, Make sure that you open the bag every once in a while to like let the air out. It had ballooned and was about ready to burst. I don't know why it hadn't yet, but end of semester, I find it. I felt so bad, like so genuinely bad that I had essentially let this thing die. Yumi, if you happen to see this, I am very sorry about that. I'm hoping that I can keep this one alive and we will be all swell. This feels right. Now I'm using a chopstick. I was using a fork before, but honestly, a chopstick feels a little bit cleaner to me and less residue. Take this, and I'm going to use it to mark where the starter is. And that'll be that. And fortunately, I only have a bigger spatula, so hopefully the sides actually push down. I'm going to set this on top, and I'm not going to screw it down as it kind of does its thing. Air can escape and it can rise and fall. So I'm going to set this over here. What I am thinking is once a week, the next 2 or 3 weeks, during a video, I will have like a little check-in section where I kind of see how it's doing, let you know what the progress has been and whether or not it smells like bread yet. And then eventually I can make a video where I make a bread for the first time. But until then, what I am thinking is that I will just post on Tuesdays and Thursdays. That way, even if I have work and everything after this month is over, hopefully I can actually keep up with the schedule of things and I can kind of get ahead and have a regular posting schedule. Anyways, did you ever have a starter that you killed on accident? Let me know any tips, any tricks that you have. Did you leave a starter in your closet for an entire semester? I want to know about the mess that that might have made because mine was very, very close to exploding everywhere. If you enjoyed, please leave a like. If you want to leave a comment, awesome. If you want to subscribe, even better. I will see you next time.